What's up, everybody? FknBucky here. I spell it, you say it. What does that mean, Hayden?
FknBucky.
Fucking right. That's right. Spitting teeth. Chewing tobacco. There's something that's fun. How many girls did you date in high school that chewed tobacco?
None. I tried a horseshoe once. Threw up.
Yeah. I should have rephrased that. I mean, how many girls did you know in high school? Because you didn't date anyone.
No. Dude, that's a PA.
None of them?
We agreed no PAs to this podcast.
What's that?
Personal attack.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring up your ex-boyfriends. Sore subject. It's okay. Hey.
Dude, no, that's
okay. It's okay. Hey.
No PAs.
I'm not going to make fun of them for chewing tobacco, dude. It's okay. Yeah, it's pretty gross though, chewing tobacco. I've seen girls that chew. It's not a very attractive thing, I think, when girls chew tobacco. I did go to Tennessee one time at Christmas. Drove up to the top of one of the mountains up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I won't say the exact town it was. And I was supposed to go to the local gas stations before cell phones and GPS and Google and blah, blah, blah. And call someone, and that person was going to come to the gas station and meet me. And then we were going to follow that person back to their house. That was the plan. This was how you got to someone's house before Google Earth. Anyways, I go inside, man. I got purple hair. I got big earrings and gauges in my ear. And I just look over, right? And there's this big dude standing there. It's like 6'5", fucking plaid shirt, big old overalls on, you know? Big chewing tobacco in his mouth, and he just looks at me like, and he spits. He really had a can. I used to tell people they spit on the floor because it made the story sound better. But then I looked, and behind the counter was this chick, and she had overalls on, and she was like, she was spitting too. I just looked at them, and they both looked at me and spit. I was turning around and went back out. People are haters. We found a few haters on the internet, haven't we? Yeah.
We should give him a name. Dairy Queen?
How about fuck you? Pussies? Pansies? Haters?
Yeah, dude. It's nice. We got our first haters, dude.
Yeah, it's not my first, but I'm old and I've been a dick for a long time. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. You know? We finally found those people that have nothing else to do in their lives but to watch videos on the internet and then bitch. That's our audience. I mean, all my friends are successful and do shit, so they don't have time to watch the show or to, even listen, really. But, that's why we need the losers that have nothing better to do. So thank you, losers. Chewing tobacco. You ever tried it?
Yeah, I've tried it once. I agree with your theory, though. I do think it's unattractive for a lady. To think about it, I've never seen a lady chew tobacco before. But if I would, it would be a little off-putting.
You would screw anything that moves. So, ladies, don't worry. If you chew, Hayden's still up. He doesn't really mean that. Yeah, it's a bad habit, man. It's nasty. I got buddies and shit that still do it, and it's once they get them claws in you, that nicotine claws. I mean, that's it. That's it. I put the big freaking thing of Red Man in my cheek one time. It was me and my good buddy Michael. I can say his name because we were in 8th grade, and we went over to these chicks' house, this girl's house, Heather. She had a bumper pool table. Really weird. I'd never seen it anywhere else. Had like rubber bumpers in the middle of it, and you had to shoot around the rubber bumpers or use them. Yeah, crazy. Anyways, but we were in their basement playing that, and we had this chewing tobacco. We thought we were so cool, but we didn't want the girls to know that we were chewing because we were like complete outlaws, And we didn't want them to get mad because we were doing something illegal. So we just swallowed the chew spit. But after about 10, 15 minutes of that, both of us went outside and we were puking. The world was spinning in a bad way. And holy smokes. That was it. No more of that.
Well, this brings me to a big question I wanted to ask you.
I don't want you to ask me any questions except for, how do you get me to shut up more?
Well, me, I'm a Christian man, and God says you should give people
I haven't seen you go to church one time, and you completely destroyed the story of Jesus because you never went to church and you never listened, even the 1-2 times you were there. What did you say? Molasses, tar, and gold were the 3 things they brought baby Jesus. Please go back a few podcasts, okay? Christian man, you call yourself a Christian, you better have a Bible in your possession. You got a Bible anywhere in here? I didn't think so.
That's fair.
All right.
That's fair.
So, what is your stupid question now? Is there any tar and molasses in the question?
No, but when it comes to, because you say like you shouldn't forgive, or once people make a mistake, you should have them. Do you believe stoning them would be the right way to go? Or when it comes to public execution?
You're going to waste weed on people that you're trying to kill?
No, throwing stones at them. Like they used to do
do
in the
I
old
get
days.
to smoke the weed? Am I stoned?
No, you're not
Who's
getting high.
stoned?
You're not getting high. You're
Well,
throwing.
that sounds like a shitty party. I don't want to go to your dumb party. Nobody's getting stoned. One guy made a mistake. Is it the guy that started the party? Who made the mistake at the party?
Yeah, he party fouled. He spanked the lady and she didn't like it.
She fat?
Yeah, she was.
Then that's not a foul. No, you don't stone people to death for making one mistake, dude.
Right.
And I'm fine with redemption, but people have to earn redemption. They don't just get to say, oh, sorry, and then it's over. Fuck you, dude.
Right.
Like, you got to pay some time for your lesson. That's why people have to go to jail for shit. If we just let people say sorry and it was over, then everybody would just do it again. And that's why people do stuff again. It's because they don't get in trouble for it. That's what it goes back forever and ever and ever. They wouldn't chop your hand off for stealing, right? As barbaric as that may sound, okay? In other countries, they still do it, right? You get caught stealing, to chop your hand off, okay? That wouldn't have became a law if people that got caught stealing back when we first came out of caves and started living together as humans, right? So if you believe in evolution or the Bible, whatever you want to do, as we all started getting together and living in towns for as long as civilization has even been slowly started, okay? Some jackass didn't want to work, so he decided to take from somebody else that did work, okay? You got family A over here, family B over here. Family A gets up every day at dawn, milks the cow, makes the cheese, makes butter, works their ass off, builds a barn, all of it, right? Family B over here wakes up at noon, strolls around, doesn't do shit, and then decides to walk over here and steal a bunch of stuff from family A. We want their eggs, we want their milk, we want their stuff that they did, right? So family A is like, hey, that ain't cool. They come over here, they're like, yo, that shit ain't cool, right? Family B, hey, we're sorry. We were hungry. We didn't, Family A, that's okay. Just don't do it anymore. Get up early, milk your own cow, do your own work. But leave our shit to us. What do? They go steal more shit. Family A comes over, is like, yo, you guys stole our stuff again. We're sorry. Okay? You see the thing is going on here? Happens again. Family A is like, you know what? Screw this. Boom! Chop some freaking hands off. Guess what? These guys stop stealing. Because if you're going to lose your hand stealing a little butter,
Bucky, let's say Biden signs an executive order for people who steal get their hands chopped off in America the next day. Do you think that would bring down theft in America or not?
well, one, it would never happen. So that's stupid.
Right. Yeah, no, but I'm just saying hypothetically. Like,
Of course, would you steal if you thought that if you got caught, you were
Yeah,
going to get your
true.
hand chopped off?
True. Yeah.
So, yeah, instantly, theft would stop. But, sounds great in theory, but once it's your kid that's about to get his hand chopped off, then the law becomes barbaric. Now, if it's the neighbor's kid that's getting his hand chopped off, well, that little bastard needs to learn a lesson. But when it's your kid, ooh, now it's barbaric. You see what happens? That's what happens with everything, right? So there's punishment out there for people that do bad things and do wrong. But the second it becomes your loved one, then the punishment's too bad, too harsh. You can't do that. He's a good boy. And that's what happens. I mean, and that's why there's different. I mean, the laws aren't the same for everybody, dude. One, people with lots of money, they don't have the same system of laws as everybody else. And I was just talking about this with somebody the other day, man. The girl from the song TLC, "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls." Remember the song? But she dated Andre Rison, who was a super badass football player back in the day, who was probably, I would say, is as good as Justin Jeffries for the Minnesota Vikings right now. Big name, right? That dude's stud. Everybody knows who he is. But she got pissed off at him and burned his freaking house down, dude. Did she go to jail? Nope. She had enough money to buy him a new house. So it's simply that people want to say that the law, it's fair. It's not fair, dude, right? And it's just the way it is. And there's not much we can do about it all the way through and through. So, cutting somebody's hand off for stealing, would it stop stealing? Bring it down? Of course it would. But it would never happen. And the reason is because it's a great idea in theory. I shouldn't say it's a great idea in theory. People take that out of context. They would certainly slow it down. And we've already seen what happens. I mean, California, because they're stupid, has decided to decriminalize shoplifting, right? As long as it's under $1,000. And so that's why shoplifting is insane out there. It's crazy. And it's gotten, I mean, that's why it's destroying so much. And so they passed that law. And now people just go in and steal. And they take, because they know they're not going to jail. They know they're not going to get in trouble. So tell me how that solves any problems. Oh, well. I thought you had the Olympics up. Isn't it about time for homeless Olympics? Is that in between the Special Olympics and the Paralympics, or when do they play that?
Like you said, one of the events would be drinking a 40 and passing out at the bus stop. What do you think another event would be?
Putting on 18 pairs of pants and then pushing your shopping cart
race
to the new fucking location, pitching a tent, panhandling, see who can get more money, stand on the corner, begging for change. Here comes 7 Pants Tommy, 3-time gold medal champion. Nobody can out panhandle 3 Pants Tommy. Was it 3 pants? 7 pants. Nobody knows how many pants Tommy has. He just wears them all at the same time. Is it cold? Is it hot? We don't know. Tommy's got them all. Homeless people are crazy, dude. I've talked to a lot of them, and they're fucking nuts. I put a video up of buying sandwiches from McDonald's for the homeless guy. I lived underneath my bridge up the street. And that dude didn't eat the sandwiches because he's a fucking vegan. Right?
Yep.
And he told me to bring him back a egg and cheese McGriddle. Yep. Oh, he's not a vegan. He's a vegetarian. Or whatever. Pista Pasha Pusha School that eats fish. Whatever that name. So I was like, you got to be shitting me, dude. And then he pulled out an iPhone that was a newer model than mine and read me Bible verses.
Well, no, he noticed you were in the wheelchair, right? He noticed you.
He can shut the fuck up, and so can you. I mean, he noticed I was in a wheel. Am I in a wheelchair?
I remember the story, and he said,
like
I remember he said he was like looking around in your car, and he saw the wheelchair, and he started, just saying weird.
The hand controls in my van.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't remember stories.
I remember the story.
That's fine. So do I. That's why I was telling it, you fucking douchebag. And then you jumped up like you wanted to tell it too. Were you there? No. Did you watch the video on Instagram? No. So why are you talking? I don't know. Reminiscing about that time you burned your boyfriend's house down.
Stop with the PAs, dude. No PAs.
It's not an attack. It was a hypothetical situation. It's only an attack if I'm attacking you about something real. Is there something here? Did you really burn somebody's house down?
No. I did
okay.
not.
Just don't play with matches. At your boyfriend's house. Men get themselves in a lot of trouble. That's because they think with their dicks. Luckily, you don't have one.
Another PA.
I'm just kidding, dude. Gosh. You know who else didn't have any balls? Have you ever heard of Abraham Lincoln? Do you know who that is? What number president was he?
Oh, yeah, Abe Lincoln. He was the 16th president of the United States.
Cool. How'd he die?
He was assassinated by James Booth in the theater.
Not James.
Henry?
Henry Booth? No.
Oh, he was black. It was Roman.
Roman Booth killed Abraham Lincoln, a black man.
Oh, that would have made sense.
Was that on his way to bring the baby Jesus, his molasses and tar?
He was fighting for
John
Yeah.
Wilkes Booth.
Black guy wouldn't kill Abe Lincoln. He was trying to end slavery.
John
Yeah.
Wilkes Booth. So they killed him that night. They chased him into a barn. And then they lit the barn on fire, trying to get him to come out. But he didn't want to come out, even though they were told to take him alive, because they wanted to know if other people were involved in the conspiracy. And there were some, controversially. One was a woman, and they hanged her. And I do believe it was the first woman to be hanged.
Hung.
Hanged. They hanged her. They didn't hunged her.
They hung her. They didn't hunged her.
Hunged her.
They hung her.
They hanged her.
That's present tense. Past tense is hung.
You can do both.
No, because she's not in the present, is she?
Someone can be hanged, and they can also be hung. I was hung while I was hanged. So, shut up. So the dude that killed John Wilkes Booth was a man by the name of Thomas Corbett, nicknamed Boston. And I'll be honest, I had to look his name up today because I did not remember that. But there is a very unique fact about him that I did remember from reading. Just thing you do. There's a bunch of words inside of this thing. It's called a book. I'll explain it to you later. Don't worry about it. I see that confused look on your face. I said reading. So Boston Corbett, Sergeant Thomas Boston Corbett, who was a hat maker, self-castrated himself. He cut his balls off with a pair of scissors for having impure thoughts about a woman. It's true. A very religious man. He decided that these impure thoughts, I don't know, I guess we're going to send him to hell. So he chopped his own balls off. You got to admit, it's a tough guy. Yeah, there's no chance. Couldn't do it. Even if you had a gun to my head, like, chop your balls off or I'm going to pull the trigger, I'd be like, guess we're at a standstill here, eh? Like, them boys are coming with me. Either I'm leaving here or I'm leaving here. But either way, they're going with me. But you don't have that because yours were eaten by a fish. So you'd be like, ha, 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 joke's on you, Mr. Psycho guy.
Did you really set up that whole Abe Lincoln story just to fucking throw a PA at me, dude?
No, it just kind of came about. If we were stuck in a building and a psychotic killer guy was like, look, FknBucky. And I'd be like, wait, I spell it, you say it, psychotic killer dick. And you'd be like, fucking Bucky. And then he'd be like, you guys have to chop your balls off or I'm going to kill you. And I'd be like, fuck, I'm going to die. And you'd be like, woohoo, I'm going to live. And you get to walk right out, dude. So you're like lucky and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, psychotic killers are out there. Hopefully we don't run into any. But that is a true story about Sergeant Thomas. Am I boring you? Got a little yawn going on over there. You need yourself a little pick-me-up there, buddy?
No.
A little cocaine? Huh?
No.
Snort some meth? You got a lot of teeth there. You got some room. You still mad about the camo hat?
No, dude, I think...
Oh, Kamala Harris stole your camo hat?
That's bullshit.
I can't believe that, mixed breed took our camos, my camo hat. Put her name right on it. Is it Harris Waltz? I own camo.
Bullshit.
Camo's for me.
Yeah.
And my dogs. It's all right. I saw the camo. It's not like it was mossy oak or Realtree. I mean, so it's cool.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
It was a shit hat.
So are the mega hats, dude.
True.
I mean, they're just like this big, red, crazy freaking hat, dude. No style to it. But he sells a shitload of them, so you got to give him props to that. There's no mistaking it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Trump's the first president really to fucking just make bank on merch. You know what I'm saying? Smart dude.
No, he's not making bank. I mean, the guy's already worth a ton of money, and even though they say he's not worth this, he's worth a lot of money, dude.
Billions.
They can cry and whatever they want. And
dude, did you see how he went after Rogan?
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't want to get in the middle of that fight. I love Joe. I got my own. I mean, I don't always agree with him. I love Trump. I don't always agree with him either. So, but he is who he is, dude. You know?
Right.
And
I felt like it could have been avoided.
People are like, can't believe you love Trump. Blah, 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 blah. Look, when it comes to Trump, dude, and I will say this, the guy does not quit at all. Look how much he's been running for president now for what, 12 years? Because he ran again, lost, and now he's running again. So, I don't know, 10 years. 10 years he's been running. But the amount of stuff that they've thrown at him, they've put his family through, they've arrested him, they tried to impeach him, they tried to fucking shoot the guy. And they got very close. They did all those other things. Luckily, they missed him and weren't able to kill him by a half an inch or a quarter inch or whatever it was. And it wasn't. Look, Joe Biden wasn't standing there holding a fucking gun, didn't shoot him, right? And I'm not some conspiracy theory thinking it is. But I know they wouldn't have lost any sleep if he had just gotten shot and was no longer a pain in their ass, because he's kicking their ass every day and they can't take it. They hate him. But he doesn't quit, man. He just every day gets right back up, keeps on going. And I tell you what, when I think about it, like, who would I want going into a room negotiating anything for me? I want the guy that's never going to quit. I want the guy that's never, ever, ever going to give up. No matter what happens, he's going to keep fighting for whatever it is he believes in. And for me, I believe he believes in America. Now, it might not be the same America you believe in, and you may not agree with the way that he wants to get there, but for me, I think he wants jobs in America. I think he wants Americans to have peace, safety, and to prosper. Right. So, and I assume that Kamala has to want the same for America, right? I have to assume that she wants that. And if she's going to go into a room and to negotiate, put it this way. If it was you, your life was on the line, and you had to have Trump or you had to Kamala go in there and argue your fate, who would you pick?
Trump daddy.
Why? Why would you say Trump daddy?
How do you even realize it?
Dad, no PAs today. Trump daddy. Who would you have fight for you? Trump daddy. Like, why? His name is President Trump. Say it like a fish didn't eat your balls when you were 7. Try this again. Vice President Kamala on your right hand, President Trump on your left hand. Who do you want to go into the room and negotiate for your fucking life?
I want what's in the middle, which is my dick, and that's RFK, baby. RFK, 100%.
What is he
Get
done?
A Kennedy in there.
Okay, that's
cleaned up the Hudson River.
Do you go boating in the Hudson River?
No.
Have you ever been there?
It's an accomplishment. You're asking about what something has done. He cleaned up the fucking Hudson River. He's an environmental lawyer. He took down a whole bunch of fucking corrupt corporate businesses that make millions of dollars off the American people.
All right, cool. He wasn't a choice, though.
Okay, then Trump.
It's too late, dude. You already run it. I gave you a chance to redeem yourself. Trump daddy. My dick. RFK. I mean, the guy looks like a dick, dude. He's got a mushroom fucking face.
Don't you dare, dude. Don't you dare. Come on. That's a PA. That's RFK.
He's a... Fuck you. Fuck him. Okay. So that's a great idea. He's going to get elected. If just more people cared about the Hudson River. This is FknBucky signing off with my meth head fucking nephew. Look, we appreciate everybody that listens. I appreciate the haters out there. You keep on hating because you know what? It makes me smile every single time. The whole point of everything that I say, do, is to make you laugh and to make you think. And you know what? If you disagree, that's okay. It's America. Free speech. Get to say whatever the fuck we want to in this country. And I will fight to the death to make sure that always happens. Even if it's a PA. Appreciate y'all. FknBucky, I'm out.